Put your hands together for Sally Firth.
Hello, it's lovely to be here. It's really nice of you all to come out and support me in my Age Concern Comedy Challenge. But that is a joke, thank you for laughing. Actually, I'm not meant to be here at all. I'm here in place of my son, who is a stand-up comedian. He couldn't make it tonight, he's got food poisoning. Now I know how hard it is to get someone to step in at the last minute, so I thought I'd take his place. I've got a lot of time on my hands since the Samaritans asked me to leave. I did try adult education, but words cannot describe the humiliation that was life drawing for beginners. I know they say a bad workman blames his tools, but there are some images not even a 6B pencil can capture. After that I had a brief foray into politics. I formed my own party, the Rice Lip Reactionaries, and I stood against Boris Johnson in the election last year. He's done well, hasn't he? And then of course there was the first aid training, but I can't talk about that till after the court case. So I've got my son's notebook and I'm going to try and do his act. Okay, the first thing he's written here is virginity. Well, as he's not sure, I think I can tell you, he was quite late losing his virginity. He had terrible acne when he was a teenager, you see, and I think it put the girls off. They couldn't see past it. So eventually my husband and I took him to our doctors, who prescribed these marvellous pills, and they cleared Johnny's skin up just in time for him to go to Magaluf after the A-levels, and I gather that he made up for lost time. But then he had to visit another doctor when he got back. Well, that was kind of you to laugh, so I think I can share something a bit personal with you. I was quite a late starter sexually. That's because I wanted the first one to be special, and he was. He had special requirements. By that I mean he could only become aroused if we made love outside. I didn't mind that, I'm quite broad-minded, but we were going out in November, so it wasn't ideal. The one after like that, he liked to cover me in baby oil while watching videos of 40 Powers. And I was fine with that until he asked me to dress up as Manuel. I thought that was a step too far. My next boyfriend was a masochist and he begged me to hurt him, so I slept with his best friend. He said that wasn't what he meant. So I tried to think of something else. I waited till he'd videoed the whole of the Japanese Grand Prix, and then, just as he sat down to watch it, I told him who'd won. I think one of the other reasons I didn't have sex when I was a teenager was my mother said to me, below the waist is your own, keep it to yourself. She might have been suggesting that I play with myself, but I don't think she was. Another thing she told me was the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Well, in my experience, if you go down about 6 inches, it's a lot quicker, more effective, and you don't have to stand up for so long. Something else she used to say, if she saw an ugly person walking down the road, was, well, he can't help what he looks like, but he could stay indoors. Right, this is the point where most comedians say, let me tell you about myself, so I'm going to. My name's Sally, and I've been married to Roger for 26 years. Seems longer. Some of you will know, when you've been with the same person for a while, things can get a little stale in the sex department. But I was still quite upset when Roger said to me the other day, you're boring in bed. Why don't you ever surprise me? Dress up or something. So the next day, when he got home from work, I did surprise him. I was wearing his mother's clothes. He wasn't laughing. You see, I always thought he wanted me to be a bit more like her, but it didn't go down well. I think it was too soon after the funeral. So the first aid training came in handy though. Yes, now you were laughing, some of you, but some of you might think I was being a bit cruel, and the reason for this is Roger's been doing a lot of things recently that really irritate me, like waking up. Having said that, his snoring is horrific, so it's touch and go, which is preferable. I think about leaving him often, but he couldn't manage on his own. For instance, the other day I gave him a shopping list and I sent him off to the supermarket, and he was gone for 2.5 hours, and when he got back the car boot was filled with 100 bread rolls. I had written loo rolls. So then of course I had to get back in the car, go back to Tesco's and do the shopping, and when I was there I needed to use the loo. I was very surprised to find there was a condom machine in the ladies at Tesco. I know, you're surprised, aren't you? You thought I shopped at Waitrose. What else have we got here? Tinder. No idea what that is. Oh, weed. Oh, I do know what that is. Though in my day we used to call it dope. Now I don't smoke, so I can't inhale, but I did have a boyfriend who gave me some dope in a cake once, and I ate this cake and I went straight to sleep, and when I woke up my boyfriend was watching the Muppets on television and he was roaring with laughter. I joined in, and that's when I knew I was high, because the Muppets are rubbish, aren't they? Don't all agree with me, okay. BJ. Right, well, when I first saw this, I thought he meant bungee jumping, because that's one of his hobbies, and then I thought it could be Boris Johnson, because he doesn't like him, and then I realised what he meant. Now, I'm not too keen on this, but Roger is, so I will oblige occasionally, because I find afterwards he's much more willing to clean the oven. But it'll tip you there, ladies, so you don't clean your own oven. My friend Angela, she's divorced sadly, so she doesn't have anyone to clean her oven. But she has found the way to get all her household jobs done is to date people who are in the trade. So in the last 6 months she's had her whole house rewired while she was going out with an electrician, got her boiler replaced while she was dating a plumber, and at the moment she's being her car's being serviced as she's going out with a mechanic. She brought one of her boyfriends home to meet her children, and the first thing her daughter said to him was, "Are you going to be my new daddy?" Which was a bit awkward because Emily's 22 and Jason's only 30. So there was a bit of a stunned silence, and then her son came in with, "Well, if you are going to be my new dad, you're going to have to sleep with Tanya from the coffee shop and then blow all the redundancy money on a Harley Davidson." Angela showed me a photograph of part of one of her boyfriends. Now, I must say, it didn't make me want to see the rest of him. You can call me old-fashioned, but in my day, if a man waved his willy at you, you got the police involved because he was called a flasher. Yeah, I know times have changed. Anal. Right, well, I am quite anal. I've got all my mugs lined up so the hands are facing in the same direction. I can't drink coffee out of a mug marked tea. And then last week I had a panic attack in Sainsbury's because when I got to the checkout all they had were Tesco's bags. Now, this OCD's been letting me down, obviously it's been bothering Johnny as well, so I'll have to have a word with him about it when I get home. And by the way, I need to tell you, he doesn't actually know that I'm here, so if you come back next month and he's performing, don't let him know that you saw me here, because I ran into his room and picked up his notebook, ran off with it while he was throwing up in the loo. At least I think he was throwing up. Could have been doing something else. And I think probably it's time that I went, because Roger's finished cleaning the oven by now. So, thank you very much everybody, enjoy the rest of your night.
Firth! Keep it going for your next act, Adam Joyce! Woo! Very international audience tonight. We've got audience members from Scotland, from Wales, we've had a black from Australia. I myself am from a third world country, you may have heard of it. South